Hi, this is Glenn Simpson, and I've collected comics for over 40 years, and I'm showing off my collection one box at a time. Today, we're looking at box number 55. It's all Doctor Strange, man. If you're into Doctor Strange, this is the box for you. We're going to pick up on the back 40 of Volume 2 and continue on through all the way to Doctor Strangefate. So I'm glad you're here. Thanks very much. We're going to have a magical time. And so let's get going with box number 55. All right, we're picking up where we left off with the last box. We're at Doctor Strange 46 right here. Some, I believe that's Frank Miller action on that cover. And then jump to 48, Marshall Rogers doing a cover there. Famous for his Batman detective work. Issue 49. This is a very popular cover by Marshall Rogers. Beautiful, beautiful. They should have a t-shirt of this if they don't already. And issue 52. Looking down on some lady whose Nightmare is attacking right there. 52. 53. Got a flashback. He's jumped back in the past and he's gone to the issue of Fantastic Four where they encounter Rama Tut in the past, who is a variation on Kang the Conqueror, actually. So there you go. That's 53. 56, Paul Smith doing a beauty shot of Dr. Stephen Strange there. 57, Dr. Strange coming up against, I can't remember her name, but she is actually Nightcrawler's adoptive mother. For those who don't know, I'm pretty sure that's her. In 57 and 60, we had a little bit more standard superhero action here, teaming up with Scarlet Witch and Captain Marvel against Dracula. Blah. Issue 60. 61. Continuing that Dracula storyline. This is probably during that thing where they read some formula and all of the vampires in the world were destroyed or something like that. I think that might have been during this part of the Marvel history. And then 63, just a beauty shot there. Got Doctor Strange 64. Doc's kind of surrounded there. Issue 68, teaming up with the Black Knight. Big eyeball. Issue 69. Don't remember why this is a big boy. This is a red dot book, but it is. So there you go. Be on the lookout for Doctor Strange 69. 69. Issue 70. Brett Blevins on cover. I don't love Brett Blevins, but sometimes I mean that's pretty cool. That's some good mastodon he's given there. So that's issue 70. Issue 73, Doctor Strange going through his shirtless phase. Clea, Umar, the mindless ones. Some good Doctor Strange action there. We get to Secret Wars 2, the Beyonder. He's walking around the Earth and he goes up against Doctor Strange. That's probably a Mark Badger cover there. 76. Got Chris Warner, I believe. That's what that signature is. Doing the art there on 76. 77. Doctor Strange up against a large cat dude. And 79. He has to take over the body of the female love interest there because he's wounded. Issue 79. 80. I think these are just becoming big boy books because as we're nearing the end of the series and the print runs may have been kind of low. Let's issue 80 there. And final issue of volume 2 is 81 there. It is an annual 1 right there. So Doctor Strange goes on to Strange Tales with the book that's got he's sharing it with Cloak and Dagger, and then he'll go on, I believe, to Doctor Strange Sorcerer Supreme, which we'll see in a minute, but alphabetically speaking we're not there yet, and then there'll be we'll see next. So Sorcerer Supreme gets canceled, and I believe the next thing is I know this has a subtitle, but it doesn't show up in the indicia, I don't think. So we got Tony Harris doing covers on this mini series right here. Issue 4 right there. And the next Doctor Strange series, this one with Jason Aaron right here. Issue 1. Doctor Strange loses. I think this is the one where he loses a lot of his powers, so he has to go and collect magical artifacts to use like a utility belt kind of thing. Issue 1. Meeting with the other magical folks at the magical bar. In issue 4, Kevin Nolan still plugging away. Issue 5, Kevin Nolan. There. Go through issue 8. Right there. There's the sideways view. Issue 9. There's a pit. There's a couple of eyes. Watch out. Issue 12. He shoots a bow. People forget he's a martial artist as well. You know, that's part of his training. Issue 13. Got some visits from some of the otherworldly nasties out there. There. Issue 16. Going up against Dormammu. Issue 17. I think this was the premise where all magic has a price, and so somebody was going to get hurt every time he used his magic, so he created a sort of golem magical thing to get hurt every time he used his magic, and that thing has decided to enact its revenge for being created to just suffer all the time. Kind of dark, man. 20 right there. It's all about all of the strange things that Doctor Strange sees that normal people don't see as he's walking around his day-to-day life. 21 there, caught up in the what do you call it, Secret Empire series there. Issue 26. Doing it old school. He's fighting it out. Doctor Strange is right there. Then we skip to the point where Marvel jumped all their series up to where they would be if they had never started over the numbering. So we've got Loki, Sorcerer Supreme, issue 381, right there, through 385. Duking it out. I'm Sorcerer Supreme. No, I'm Sorcerer Supreme. 386. Doc playing at the poker game in the I don't know if I'm supposed to say this on YouTube, so that crossover, Damnation, that was going on. And 390, the final issue, which is a very funny issue. Everybody's hiding from Spider-Man because he's kind of irritating and they don't want to talk to him. So there you go. 90. There was an annual there, sort of getting back into the Clea Doctor Strange relationship there. Then we've got the new #1 next series, written by Mark Waid. Doctor Strange out and doing magic in space magic. I always say if you run out of ideas for Earthbound superheroes, just send them into space. It'll get interesting. It's issue 1, issue 8 versus Mordo. Kevin Nolan still doing covers. Right there. Issue 9. Cool new suit. Right there. Issue 12. Leading almost to War of the Realms. Doctor Strange having it out with Galactus. 13. Whosoever wears the helmet of Galactus. I don't know. Issue 13. 16. Ooh. Cosmic powers at battle. Clea backing up Doctor Strange there. Barry Kitson on art. Issue 17 there. Kind of a cool cover. Don't remember what's going on. And issue 20 ends this version. Will Doctor Strange's alien magical friend betray him? We shall see. And that series has an annual. Annual 1 right there. Iron Man, Thor, it's funny. There. Got the next volume, volume 6. And for #1 of that, I've got the Alex Ross Timeless Villain variant with Dormammu there. Then Alex Ross's normal cover for issue 4. Apparently we're celebrating 60 years of Doctor Strange. Wong has joined a offshoot of S.H.I.E.L.D. that is all about magical threats called Wand. Yes, that's true. Issue 4. Issue 5. Overseeing I think all the warlords of magic were getting into fights, and they decide to, a couple of them, if Umar marries this dude, then that'll, settle everything. Issue 5. Jed McKay doing the writing on this. Issue 8. Evil Clea versus Doctor Strange. this thing's got better. In issue 9, everybody seems to be getting along just fine there, don't they? It's issue 9. Issue 12. Sometimes you're just out walking your ghost dog, your talking ghost dog, and everybody makes a big deal out of it, Issue 13. For you D&D players, this was a fun thing. Some guy finds an artifact that enables him to transform the world into a role-playing game, and so Doctor Strange has to gather some people with him to go into the game, and they're going to be playing the roles of traditional D&D types of characters, and the only way to win is to play the game, as they say. So that's issue 13. Issue 18, more with Wand there. Nothing to do with the Cloak of Levitation there. 18. That's the last of that series. That would be the last of the Doctor Strange series, per se, up to date. Then we have Doctor Strange and the Sorcerers Supreme, a mini-series that introduced several characters. They basically teams up with past and future Sorcerers Supreme. That's issue 1. That's issue 4, right there. Several of the issues introduce, of course, they're introducing these new characters, former Sorcerers Supreme. Issue 5, there. Issue 8, right there, teaming up with the Avengers. Issue 9, facing some kind of large thingabub, and issue 12 right there. Got Doctor Strange, Damnation, the actual miniseries that was referenced earlier. Doctor Strange teaming up with Iron Fist and Luke Cage and Moon Knight and Ghost Rider and fighting Mephisto. I think they're all in Las Vegas, if I remember correctly. It runs through, this is the main body of the crossover, and that runs through issue 4. Got some Spider-Man in there. Doctor Strange, Fall Sunrise. Okay, this was not my favorite. This is a variant cover, but this was Trad. Oh, what's his name? Trad Martin, I think. The artist just let him just going loose and just telling some kind of wacky, crazy art, focused story. I didn't find it appealing, but you might. So that's issue 1. Trad more. There we go. Through issue 4 right there. Doctor Strange, Last Days of Magic. One shot right there. Part of the Jason Aaron period. Doctor Strange, Monsters Unleashed. All these Monsters Unleashed items tend to get filed all over the place because it just, I don't know, they're hard to pin down. But they were doing a new book called Monsters Unleashed, and so they did a bunch of one-shots where regular heroes fought classic Marvel monsters. And so this is, what is Goomba, son of Goomba, or something like that. Right there. Have the recently completed, as of this recording, Doctor Strange of Asgard. He is, because of the One World Under Doom storyline, he is no longer the Sorcerer Supreme of Earth, so he goes to Asgard to seek to become the Sorcerer Supreme of Asgard. And an adventure continues. Issue 1 through issue 5. I'm trying not to say hilarity ensues so much. And then, alphabetically speaking, we get to Doctor Strange, Sorcerer Supreme. So this was, again, after the Strange Tales shared book ended, and they split back off into their own issues. And I noticed there's no box here, so this must have been started off direct sales only. But he's going up against Dormammu there. But by issue 5, we are on the newsstands. Got some beautiful Butch Geist artwork here. Issue 5 right there. Issue 6 is a big boy book, I guess because it's introducing the Dread daughter of Mephisto. Right there. Issue 7. My Caterpillar, My Enemy. Kind of goes into a Alice in Wonderland world for a while. Issue 7. Issue 12. Facing off against the Enchantress and the Executioner as part of Acts of Vengeance. So people fighting people they don't normally fight. A lot of newsstand editions because I bought these. I didn't get these originally. I was not originally a Doctor Strange guy, so I got most of these as back issues. Issue 13 versus Archon. There, another big boy book. Part of Acts of Vengeance still. The Vampiric Verses. I think this is when the vampires come back, maybe? I could be remembering all that wrong. But Doctor Strange's brother being a vampire. So maybe this is when they go away. I don't know. I'm not perfect. That's issue 14 through issue 17. There. Issue 18. Varney, the First Lord of Vampires, who, by the way, was the big culprit behind the recent Blood Hunt crossover, if you are following those. Issue 18. Issue 20. Ew, that's ugly. Right there. Jackson Butch Geist still doing covers. Issue 21. More Clea. More Dormammu. Dark Wars. 24. The Dark Wars end. With the Doctor Strange getting zapped. There. 25. Right there. Teaming up with Black Crow and Red Wolf. 28. Part of a crossover with Ghost Rider. I think it starts, one part's in this book, the other part's in the actual Ghost Rider series, and I think that crossover was collected together into a single book at a later date. Issue 28. Just when you thought you'd had enough of vampires, Baron Blood, the World War II vampire, is back fighting Doctor Strange in issue 29. Doctor Strange, Sorcerer Supreme. 32, we're getting into the Infinity Gauntlet, so we got people like Warlock and Silver Surfer hanging around, Silver Dagger, classic Doctor Strange foe. There, hey, Doctor Doom. 32. That obviously continues into 33. More Infinity Gauntlet, Thanos, that sort of thing. We're still Infinity Gauntleting and 36. Not in agreement with Warlock. Warlock's got the Infinity Gauntlet. 37. Doctor Strange and Silver Surfer versus Frankenstein. I mean, what else could you ask for, right? 37. 40. Well, you could ask for Daredevil versus Nightmare and Despair and Big Head dude that I don't remember. That's what you could ask for. There. Alright, make sure I haven't forgot anything. 41. Wolverine and Doctor Strange. That should be the next movie right there. Doctor Strange and Wolverine. 41. 45. Now we're into the Infinity War. Death's Cold Embrace. Doctor Strange. I don't think this is because of the beginning of this super team, because I don't think we saw this super team ever again. For some reason, this is a big boy book. It's got Agatha Harkness. Maybe that's why. But yeah, Doc and all of the other magical characters having a team up there. In issue 46. 47. We have the return of what they kind of call just Strange, the masked version of Doctor Strange, but he seems to be coexisting with Doctor Strange there. That may be Infinity War was when everybody had an evil double show up, so that's probably who that is. So let's see, issue 47, 49. Things not going well for the Doctor. All this has got Geoff Isherwood or Jeff Isherwood covers. Haven't been commenting on that, but he was a great artist, as we see with this cover. That's a beauty. It's shiny. Right there, issue 50. Ghost Rider, Hulk, Silver Surfer. Issue 52. It's Morbin time. It's Morbius. Right there, hanging out with the Doc. Apparently that doesn't go well for Doctor Strange because there's a nightmare on Bleecker Street. There. 56. We're still fighting Baron Blood. And for some reason it's Wong. That seems Wong. 56. 57. Fighting dudes, ugly dudes, magic alien dudes. 60. Yeah, okay, this is coming through. Yeah, it's a very dark cover. But you've got the different Doctor Stranges. This is all part of the Siege of Darkness crossover through all of the spooky books, the Midnight Suns spooky books that Marvel was doing at the time. They all had a solid black cover like that. Siege of Darkness continuing into 61 and so now, yes, Doctor Strange is split up into this guy who's called Strange, and then Stephen Strange, who is just a normal doctor again. 64, continuing that storyline. Strange zapping things there. 55. Going up against Namor, Submariner. And they're going to be reuniting here soon in 68, or at least they've discovered each other. It's regular, because he doesn't remember what's going on, neither does he, something like that. 69 there. What's his name? I want to say Lindsay Buckingham, but that's not right. Buckingham, the artist, not the guitar player from Fleetwood Mac. Anyway, Polaris visiting Doctor Strange here. Issue 72. So we're getting into that which was split. It's got to be put back together. I think the real Doctor Strange wasn't either one of them. You know, he was somewhere else. 72. As we can see here, last rites, number 73. Doctor Strange, Sorcerer Supreme. We get into 76 with what I like to call, we're not there, well maybe we're not quite there yet. There's shirt tail out Doctor Strange. But we got cool glasses Doctor Strange here. And cool glasses Doctor Strange continues into issue 77. And then we're into 8. By the time we get to 80, yes, we have shirt tail out Doctor Strange, grooving his way through the universe. 81, he's over the edge. Another name for Marvel's scary, grittier titles. Right there, Doctor Strange, Sorcerer Supreme, number 81 through 84. See, his shirt tails out. Right there. Mark Buckingham, right? I think that's right. 84. And issue 85, facing off against Baron Mordo again, with his shirt tail out, and ending with issue 90. Hoping this nice lady give birth, but hopefully not to the birth of Cthulhu, because he's a bad demon. And they had some annuals during that series, so they continued the annual numbering from the original, from the second volume, which had annual 1. So this one was annual 2. This is the Return of the Defenders. Pretty interesting little crossover between Doctor Strange and Hulk's book, and I think Silver Surfer's book. All kinds of body swapping and weird things going on. Issue 2, that's annual 2, annual 4. I think this was one of those annuals that actually finished off a storyline. So Strangers Among Us was running in the regular book, and this actually finished off that storyline, as annuals sometimes do. We've got Doctor Strange Special Edition, which I am offhand forgetting what that reprints. It reprints something, though. Something from volume 1, probably. Like the first, I think maybe the first 3 or 4 issues of actually maybe volume 2. The ones from like the mid-70s. Because I think issue 3 was a reprint from volume 1, and so it would be like 1, 2, and 4, something like that in here. And for a while there, the title of the book was Doctor Strange Surgeon Supreme. You he fixed his hands and went back to being a surgeon when he wasn't being a Doctor Strange. Still Mark Waid there. Issue 5. He and, was that Druid? Dr. Druid, or is it Mordo? Maybe Dr. Druid. Going on an adventure. Issue 5. Ending in issue 6. Right there. Big boy book. The Best Defense. One shot. There were 3 or 4 of these one shots. We saw one at the end of the Defenders. I don't remember the story of The Best Defense, but they were all tied in together. Doctor Strange, Nexus of Nightmares, one shot. I don't know why this exists, but it was just a random one shot done. It is written by classic Marvel writer and editor Ralph Macchio. No, not that Ralph Macchio. And he's going up against Nightmare there. And then there is Doctor Strange versus Dracula, which does, I believe, reprint 1 or 2 issues of, I think this reprints the Tomb of Dracula side of the Doctor Strange versus Dracula story that we saw earlier, or something like that. There. And then finally we have Doctor Strangefate. So part of the amalgam when DC and Marvel were crossing over, and there was a month there where they did all these one-shots with their characters merged, as, 2 of their characters will be merged into one, so obviously they're merging Doctor Strange and Doctor Fate into one big, powerful magician here. And that is all for this box. All right. So that was box number 55. Next time we'll do 56. We are going to start off with some Doctor Who, some Doom, Doom Patrol, Doom this, Doom that. It's a lot of doom and gloom, ending up with a very special DP7. So I hope you'll be here. Thank you so much. Please like and comment and subscribe. It really helps the channel. And if there's anything in any of the packs that you'd like to see more of, just leave a comment and we'll look into that. And otherwise, I hope you have a great day.